Hi, we are Team CCG, and we're here to talk about the future of the traveler voice at Expedia. Currently, the way Expedia collects feedback is broken. It's a one size fits all model in a world of highly diverse travel experiences and people. Our solution is simple: ask the right questions to the right person at the right time. To do so, we've built a triaging algorithm that delivers personalized reviews through multimodal channels to surface the current reality of a property. We analyzed nearly 6,000 reviews and found a staggering data decay problem. Over half of Expedia's potential insights are non existent because 8 out of 15 sub-rating fields like value for money and check in are never filled out. Even worse, 37% of hotel descriptions are directly contradicted by guests. Another glaring problem is the lack of personalization. The same 15-question survey is sent to travelers regardless of where they just stayed. A beachfront motel property is treated the same as a luxury spa. Similarly, there is no customization based on who the traveler is. A business veteran and a first time beachgoer are treated exactly the same. The current system undermines booking confidence travelers have when planning their trips with Expedia.
Our solution is an AI-driven triaging algorithm. Instead of a static form for reviews, we look at three critical layers before we even ask a question: property metadata, data discrepancies, and reviewer expertise. Instead of using the same categories for every hotel, treating all the users the same, and giving each review the same weight, we use GPT-4o Mini to extract testable claims that influence the questions asked.
Our algorithm is the engine that identifies staleness and powers true personalization. The logic begins with a simple question: how much do we actually know about this property? If a hotel has very few reviews, signaling it might be newly opened or data starved, we take a very high touch approach via a phone call. Our goal here is speed and depth. We use open ended exploration questions to capture the totality of the experience, from location to amenities, building a comprehensive data baseline quickly. If the hotel already has a significant review volume, our AI shifts into audit mode. First, we scan for discrepancies of three types: hotel claims versus guest reality, guest versus guest contradictions, or sudden drifts in rating. If we find a significant discrepancy, we immediately trigger validation questions via text message. We ask the traveler to settle the truth of the current state in a quick, low friction channel. If no major discrepancies exist, the algorithm combines three strategic factors to determine what to ask next. First, we look at a recency audit, where we identify which attributes haven't been discussed recently. Next, we look at rate of change. This is really how we factor in volatility. So we know a hotel's location is fixed, or pretty fixed at least, but its service quality could change overnight. Next, we look at traveler expertise. This is our long-term play. So we're thinking over time, the system will learn what each traveler is most qualified to talk about. By triangulating these factors, we generate targeted exploration questions via email, ensuring we only ask for the information Expedia actually needs.
Using AI, we can identify discrepancies in the data to help tailor our questions. In the first example, the hotel input differs from the travel review. The hotel highlights their pool, but a traveler says that the pool is closed. So, our targeted question to the next reviewer would be, tell us about your pool experience. In the second example, two traveler reviews clash with one another. One traveler says the room was very clean, while another traveler says the opposite. So, the question we want to ask the next traveler is, tell us about the condition of the room. Last, if there's a major drift in ratings, for example, if a hotel who used to receive a 4-star rating suddenly drops to 2 stars, we could prompt travelers by asking, what would have made your stay better?
We ran this decision tree on 13 hotels to validate the algorithm. 2 hotels were routed to phone and 11 to text across the 3 sub-scenarios. The phone call example is a hotel in South Africa with just 10 reviews, and the most recent was from over 20 months ago. That's where we need richer and more direct feedback. For text, the I-7 hotel in Ocala had conflicting cleanliness signals, with 86 reviews saying clean and 41 saying dirty. so we sent a follow-up text asking the next guest to break the tie. No hotels in the small dataset were routed to email, but at Expedia's scale, email would likely be the largest bucket. Many short, high rating reviews suggest no urgent issues, making email a better channel for thoughtful feedback.
To see how this actually feels for a traveler, let's walk through 3 specific scenarios where our algorithm chooses the best channel for the job. In scenario 1, the day after checkout, a traveler at a data-starved property receives a phone call from Expedia. The goal is a brief, natural conversation where we ask open-ended questions to build the property's baseline. In scenario 2, when a property has a high review volume, but we detect a conflict, like a listing claiming a luxury spa while a recent guest mentions construction, we reach out via text. We invite the traveler to settle the score using whatever is easiest, a quick text, a photo of the site, or a voice memo. Our AI then extrapolates the ground truth from these multimodal inputs to update the listing immediately. Finally, in scenario 3, for established properties, we use an email message with 2 questions. We start with one open-ended question about their trip. Based on their response, the AI identifies a specific ask, targeting a follow-up. In this specific case, because we've categorized this traveler's past interactions, we know she prefers French. Therefore, the entire email and subsequent AI follow-up are delivered in her native language. By prioritizing the traveler's comfort and language, we move from a clinical survey to a meaningful dialogue.
The impact for both the business and the user are immediate and long-term. Today, we're removing the friction for the traveler by asking only 2 questions instead of 15. For Expedia, we're clarifying discrepancies instantly by dynamically analyzing past reviews. Long-term, this builds an enhanced trust ecosystem. Travelers gain booking confidence from representative reviews, and Expedia solidifies its position as a dominant booking agent through fresh data and deep knowledge of individual customer preferences.
As we think about feasibility, we are excited to leverage existing NLP and LLM capabilities to position Expedia reviews as a self-learning ecosystem. Simultaneously, we'll leverage existing tools like Twilio and Whisperflow to build out our communication channels. Considering cost, we are reserving the most expensive models for the scenarios where the information is most needed. The algorithm is dynamic. It deploys for properties globally while adapting to each hotel's unique DNA. Also, every time a traveler answers a targeted question, our knowledge of them grows. We envision that this knowledge could be very powerful for asking the right people the right questions in the future, and it could help fuel future stays that could be a good match for what matters to this traveler. We're both excited about this idea, but realistic about its challenges. We can't force people to leave reviews. Some will always skip, regardless of how frictionless the experience is. Additionally, capturing voice and text requires transparent consent and strict approval before anything goes live. In terms of implementation, we recommend that Expedia focuses first on the data-starved properties. These are the ones that have most to gain and no existing review flow to disrupt, and then track that experiment impact over 30 days. Overall, we'll know this succeeds when we see sub-rating fill rates and review volumes climb, while listing contradiction rates drop. It's not just about adding more data, but rather also increasing the quality and personalization.
Expedia should move from a generic 15-question survey to a targeted 2-question dialogue. By valuing the traveler's time and experience, and by recognizing a property's individuality, this dynamic review system doesn't just ask, it understands. Thank you.